Well, dare I say something I might regret? This is turning into the season that this save needed. We're making huge progress on and off the pitch. Whisper it quietly, it might be becoming a one-horse title race. And we've also got another superstar into the club, albeit we can't see him today, but this team is going to the next level. Yes, hello, and welcome along to part 121 of this Build a Nation story, Lifting Spirits, with me, Daniel. We are lifting spirits, we are lifting our bank balance, and we have risen to the top of the table. The scene is certainly looking pretty spectacular for Lisburn Distillery at the moment. If you're looking forward to a big episode today as we go away to Larne and Club Brugge in two of our trickiest games of the year, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. We've got an 11-point lead at the top of the league, having only played one more game. We're not really falling behind on fixtures this year either, which is interesting. We're also flying in Europe. We've also got another big addition to the playing staff. So let's go and start with that, because although we can't register him until the 1st of next month, we have added another superstar who, unlike all the other players we've brought in at the top, the Damien Dunns, even the Scully in the last episode, we've had those on our radar for a long time. This one just popped up at the top of our scout reports a few weeks ago, and we knew we had to have him. Let's go and have a look at who I'm talking about. We've got a couple of players moving out as a result of it. So John Lynch is off to Livingston for £30,000. He's one of 6 centre-halves at the club. He's the only one of the 3 backups who's not homegrown in the nation or under 21. So he has to be registered for the squad. And at the moment, we need to free up spaces for the brilliant talent we're bringing in. So in a position where it doesn't really make us weaker, John Lynch moves on, but another player we've made a profit on. And the same for Ian Lewington, really. His third choice, number 10, Damien Dunn, particularly given the new signing that's come in, is now definitely going to be a number 10 for the future. So Lewington drops to third choice. Griffiths is homegrown at the club. They're a similar ability. So as much as he's a good player, for 160 grand, he will be leaving the club. But he is going to Larne, our opponents today, and he will strengthen the nation, which is a big thing for us moving forward. But the transfer history is the telling one. There is one new signing since Mark Scully arrived. Johnny Merivale Austin. He has made his debut. He played in a cup tie, which we was able to. That was against Larne a few days ago. Well, he got his assist and he looks great. Ignore the fact he's a striker. He is going to be our new right wing option. Can play up front, can play number 10, and he's going to be playing off the right for us. It's also another player who gives us an option looking at the diamond in the future, which I know a few of you in the comments will be keen on. He's a former under-19 international, and due to not getting a senior club, he has come for £1,800 a week as an impact sub. I mean, he's arguably the best player on our books, and he has come as an impact sub for half the wage of our top earner. This is not just a great find. This is the steal of the century. We're talking about a massive step up. What a signing he is. I cannot wait for him to be registered for everything. As it is, if we have a look at the schedule, he made a big impact in a League Cup semi-final. Firstly, though, let's look at the other games since you were last with me. We're actually on a 5-game run of not conceding at the minute. I wouldn't bank on that maybe lasting too much longer, though, because we played a very weak side in the Cup, the weakest side in the league, etc. But since you were last with me, we won 4-2 against Ballymena, one for Scully and Whelan, the strikers, one for Cowan, one for Goss, a 3-0 win against Portadown with a Miles-style brace and Maurice Simpson, a 4-0 win against Glentoran, a brace apiece for Parry and Scully. Against Ballina Millard, it was a 4-0 win. Scully scored again with Brendan Thompson, John Lynch, perhaps his last goal for the club, and Morgan Griffiths, the opener. A 3-0 win against Odense, that was a brace for Stephen Cowan and one for Max Whelan. I do notice with Stephen Cowan, aside from that Ballymena game, he generally pops up with 2s and 3s rather than 1 in a game, but he was brilliant. And then against Larne last time, we got a sniff of the future. Scully played up front, scored both of the goals. Off the right, we played Merivale Austin. He set up one of the 2 goals. And we just looked like an absolute gem of a team. It was a joy to watch. We dominated from start to finish. So a little bit frustrating we can't register the new boy until the start of January. But overall, we are in a thrilling position. We're playing great football, and I am loving life. And even that game we drew against Lech Poznan last time, I mean, we played some scintillating stuff. So let's go and get through the fixtures. Larne away is the first game today. Linfield you would expect to get 3 points. They've got a home banker. But today we're focused on the other big team. It's Larne near the top, the champions in real life. Let's see how we get on against them. We're going to make some changes to our strongest possible team. We'll be back in a minute to run through the 11. Well, the first things I probably should mention as we go into this one is a few players starting to decline in comparison to the team because of big new signings. So Mackenzie and Kane among those. Our first 11 for today though is Neil Kane in goal. Reed and Raider fullbacks with Goss and Mackenzie at centre half. Gash and Jude the midfield 2. Cowan, Parry and Dunn the attacking midfield 3. And Mark Scully through the middle up front. Let's see how he gets on in this one. He's made a big impact already. Is it 10 goals he scored so far for us? Let's see how he gets on in this one. Because away to Larne, in the league again, we've got a real opportunity to show how good we are. They've got some good players in their team. They are rotating a little bit with Europe in mind on Thursday night. But let's be fair, we're all doing well in Europe. We're all pretty good at domestic level. But this season is starting to look like our year. If we win this one, I might be even more confident. Into the first half we go at Larne. We're going to stay on the front foot. We feel confident to do it in every game. If we get pegged back, we'll change our mind later on. But McMullen's got the ball in goal here. Big ball over the top for Larne, which has found Mackenzie. Heads away to Jude and now Gash. Options over on the right-hand side, but lays into Dunn. He looks for that run of Cowan. We're finding it so many times. And Stephen Cowan puts it in. Damien Dunn in a number 10 role. That underlapping ball is there so often. The passing it into space is working. And Stephen Cowan is ready to run into it. He's now got a brilliant deputy behind him too, as Linfield go ahead in their game. And if we win this one, you start to feel really confident. As Parry finds Gash, he's looked for the ball again. Cowan's in again. I told you he doesn't often score one in a game, but he is denied this time. It's out for a corner. The wide pitch at Larne probably harming them on this occasion, as Gavin Reed will take the corner kick to the back post. Mackenzie's up, he can't win it, but it's out for another corner. And the first 15 minutes here have been constant Distillery pressure. We've got to be thrilled with how we're performing. The question is, can we take advantage and make it another comfortable win? Because you've seen plenty of games over the years against Larne and Linfield. We have never been comfortable. We have never been dominating games against them regularly. And if we can start to do that, we could then become the best side in the nation. We've only won one title. Do not forget that in 13 years. As Cowan gets the ball on the right here. 2 on the edge of the box. Goes himself. Now he's getting greedy. He's heard me say he doesn't score one very often and he's believing the hype. Start passing the ball, please, Steve. And 20 minutes gone, though. We could not be happier with the performance. Well, it's calmed down now. Just past the half an hour mark and it stays 1-0. But we've got a set piece. And there is the extra threat. We talked about it last episode. It's an 8th goal for Scully. Sorry, I'd oversold him slightly. He might be 6 for 8, but he's got the Peter Crouch footwork all right. Linfield go 2-0 up on cue as well. Mackie, our international star, scoring it. But there's the benefit of your advanced forward also being 6 for 8. Wins the second header against any man marking him and puts it in to double our lead as Myers gives the ball back to Monlouis. Larne looking to get one back before the break. We're obviously pressing them high here. And this is the thing. We gave away that 2-goal lead against Lech despite playing really well. So this is a test for us now. Can we keep the run of clean sheets? Can we keep defensively solid? Because if we do keep going to the next level, we're going to be pretty unstoppable soon. As Gash picks the ball up in midfield. Cowan's making that run again. He's just been beaten to it this time. But the ball's not cleared. Reed intercepts. Cowan gets it to Mackenzie. It is relentless pressure. It's a joy to watch because we're stuck in their half. As Scully gets in behind again. And he wins another towering header. But this time it's off the woodwork. A 2-0 lead at half-time. Again, a dominant display against a very good team. We've got to say we're pleased with that. Because a year ago, this sort of performance would have been a dream. And at the moment, it's a reality every week. We know Larne are going to come out strong this half, though. And they start with a free kick here. Do not concede a silly goal. Ball into Kennedy. Goss wins the header. Dunn can't get there. It's a poor touch, actually. White cuts inside to Myers. Deflected effort in. That's fortunate. Took a nick on its way, which pulled it back in line with goal. And it's 2-1. But to be fair, it's against the run of play. And now, this is where the problems come. We had this against Lech, didn't we? We dominate the matches, but we don't put it to bed. And against the better teams, they can nick a couple of goals. If we do come under a bit of pressure here, we will just drop to balance because they're going to throw more forward. and it will allow us to counter. But for now, I want to try and stay front-footed, though Dunn's been caught again, and this might have to make our mind up. Rowley in defence, wide to Dunlop, support inside, but he just cuts in himself, finds Kennedy, and again Larne work it forward. Big direct ball, Reed heads it away, falls for Warburton. Look how high they are. White gets inside, Mackenzie wins it. Gash finds Cowan, big pump forward, but that's aimless. That's not us. The first sign of panic there. Rowley back to Myers, fourth again. It's going to be nicked, is it? No, just beaten to it. White gets in the box. Chance to cross from the left-hand side. Back to Warburton. In towards fourth. Rowley's up. And he's just wide. I'm going to drop to balanced. We need to just put the sting in a tail here for a few minutes and calm it down. As Rowley's got the ball again to Kennedy. Long ball forward to Goss. Gash gets it wide to Parry. That's a great pass. Parry on the left wing. Chance to cross. There's three in the middle. Cuts back to Jude. To Dunn. 1-2 with him. Across to Gash. Man on the right in Cowan. He very rarely scores one in a game. Stephen Cowan with a brace. And there you go. A 3, a 2 and a 2. And he scored another one to make it comfortable. 3-1. That should be game over. We'll think about subs in a minute. But it's Larne on the front foot. Crossing. It's headed away by Mackenzie. Rowley on the volley. That's not bad. Neil Kane does a brilliant job with it. It's out for a corner kick, but just looking at the subs at the minute, because we've got a couple struggling with fatigue. We've got a couple who are playing quite poorly at the back. And maybe now's the time for fresh legs, as Dunn nicks it for Cowan. Chance to break away down the right. 2 or 3 getting up in support. Cowan holds it up well despite the tackle on him. We've got to balance this out between poor performers and people who need a rest physically. So I'm looking in midfield. Jude will come off for Neil Daly. He gets himself a much-needed breather. Then Lafferty's going to come on for Parry, who's not been great. We're going to bring Stout on for Ray, who's been the same. We're going to bring Goss off for Luke Smith, which is the same again. And then finally, we'll go Reed off at right back for Murphy. Gash will do the 90. If we need to rest him Thursday, so be it. I think the fresh legs, particularly at fullback, will help us here, as Lafferty tries to get in behind. Bell does well with it. I did find a kid at Larne that I wanted to sign as well. A bit like that Owen kid at Cliftonville, who was 17 and brilliant. And neither of them want to join us at the minute. Maybe a title will change that. There's Bell on the right. It's been a great game of football, this. Myers getting the ball. They've still got a threat. And here they come with Jenkins Davis. 2 in the middle. It's a great ball for fourth. And we're in trouble again, you know. This is a great fight back from Larne. They're showing their qualities. They've got 2 up front. They're playing really well. And this is becoming a really good game between 2 top sides as Gash gets it in the centre circle. Big ball over to Scully. Forced a little wide, but he's got support from Cowan. Instead cuts it back to Damien Dunn. And we've scored from the kick-off. That is Lisburn Distillery this year. Don't get disheartened. Don't get discouraged. Get on the front foot and attack. Scully turns provider. Brilliant play from him. There's the target man side of his game. And Damien Dunn arriving late adds a goal to his assist. And he's looking a gem as well, as Daly's corner finds Smith. Headed away as far as Lafferty. 25 yards out to Gash. He's looking tired, but he's still keeping the ball well. And he goes back to Murphy, who's got options out wide. Neil Daly's one of them. Chipped in towards Scully. And it's dealt with by the defender. 4-2. 15 minutes to go. Just going to drop to balance for a few minutes. Try and calm it down again. And hopefully keep this lead till the later stages. It's cleared away by Warburton. Through ball's headed away by Mackenzie. But they are a threat, there's no doubt in that. Mackenzie has been done inside out by fourth. He's missed his shot on goal. He's a bit more of the target man type. I think he showed why there. As Neil Kane plays out from the back. Murphy gets it on the right. Feels like it's been a great game. Let me know in the comments, because I'm feeling like this has been a really exciting one. As Cowan gets it back to Murphy. Over halfway he goes. As support inside, tries to play Cowan in. Warburton surely fouls him, but apparently gets away with it. And Monlouis will clear from the back. Long ball forward. 4 flicks on. Wins the header, but Smith's there. Now Mackenzie on halfway to Stow. Has support from Daly. Just keeping the ball. They're happy to keep it in their own half. And Smith will do the same. Plays the short ball into Daly. The football definitely hasn't got worse. We're still playing good stuff. We're just getting it forward quicker. As Lafferty chips into Damien Dunn. Lovely first touch. Beats the defender. Scully on the rebound. Forced too wide. And we can't quite put it away. 4-2 it stays with 10 to go. What a performance it's been. As Kennedy with a big ball forward. We can't get a break here. Gash plays it out to Damien Dunn. He goes back to Mackenzie. Chips wide to Lafferty on the left. And over halfway he's got support but just runs himself. Plays back to Stow. Chips over again. Lafferty in behind the fullback. Gets to the byline, chance to cross. Delivers it early, Scully's up, all 6 for 8 of him. That one's just over the bar, but lovely stuff. A bit of variation to the play there. And it looks like we're going to win it comfortably. Just 6 minutes to go as it's a long ball forward by Larne. Jenkins Davis up, as is Mackenzie. And Stow does really well there. The youngster carries it forward, still only 19. Finds Gash, it's a great ball for Scully. Beats the keeper. Oh, he just about rounds him. And is very composed to beat the defender. He slid in early. Scully took the extra touch. It's 5-2 and he's got another brace in this one. He's starting to look like a very frequent goal scorer. And he has contributed to a 5-2 win. Away from home against one of the big boys, we've made it pretty comfortable in the end. We'll be back in a minute for Europa nights on Thursday as the Conference League. One more win, we should be pretty much through. So in comes Max Whelan for the cup-tied Mark Scully. He's the top scorer in the Europa Conference this year, so don't get too worried for us. Let's go and get into it. Hopefully we can get a good result. But Club Brugge away from home, one of the biggest tests of this group. Well, in fairness, this is a pretty good Club Brugge side, led by former Stoke man Cole Hufkens. You've got a few very good real players, including 2 internationals for the Belgian team. So let's go and get through our lads to impress us. The Europa Thursday night music is coming. I'm not sure we're going to be able to stay positive in this one. It's probably one of the few games where on paper we're the second best team today. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to confidently do it. But let's go and get through to it. It's a packed house in Belgium. Few fans in the away end for us as well. These are the nights we want, and we want them more often. This year I'm hoping our reputation will rise. We'll be able to get more fans in regularly. But for now we've got to enjoy occasions like this. The players out the tunnel, a full house in a big stadium. This makes me feel like we're getting closer. The performance and result might do otherwise in a few minutes. The Thursday night football is well and truly alive and kicking. Don't you try and tell me this trophy means nothing. Well, 20 minutes on the clock and we're back with the ball going long downfield for Club Brugge. They find Mabude. He goes back to Leonard into midfield. Chips the ball down the right, or does he? No, keeps it himself. Pulled me there, to be fair. Nice little bit of footwork. Leonard down the right this time to Mabude, who's been involved in their 2 attacks. Gives it away this time to Gash though, and Whelan can break clear. Down the left he goes. Cuts it back inside. Parry's there. Finds Gash. He's got a runner on the right and in the middle. Through ball to Cowan. It's that same ball again. Stephen Cowan with a shot. It's a brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Out to Ray on the left. And that's the end of that danger. Linfield and Larne both still level. Oh, I say that. Fenerbahce go behind. Not such a great night now. But we're playing brilliantly. I really feel like we've gone to the next level this year. And that's before we put the 2 superstars in. As both of the other Irish sides are a goal down now. Let's see how we get on with Damien Dunn on the left wing. Gives the ball away to Varayan. And we know they're going to be better second half, which is going to make this tricky. As here they come down the left. They've got a threat on the counter. They're playing 2 up front. And they're keeping us under pressure as Lejeune. Back to DeLeo. Over halfway to Van Giel. Has support on the right. Has 2 making a run through the middle as well. And Mabude is the chosen option. Great ball in. Oh, it's a good save, Neil Kane. Ray puts it behind in the end. Really good save by the stopper. He's out for a corner kick. Club Brugge having a first real concerted spell of pressure here. And Mabude with a chance to put the corner in. Mackenzie deals with it well. Dunn gets out to try and close it. With 5 to the break, they're back on top, but it is still 0-0. I've got a feeling if we can get to the break at 0-0, we might just need to drop early in this second half. I think this is one of the few games, as that's a great finish by Michel. I was about to say, this is one of the few games we probably have to accept a draw is a great result still. As it is, we're now going to have to chase it a bit. They're on the front foot, they've been brilliant the last 10, and Neil Kane is forced into another great stop. It's all Club Brugge at the moment. I tell you what, they're relentless. This isn't the level we should be competing with yet though. These are the sorts of nights we've just got to enjoy. To the back post it is, into Leonard, it's 2-0. And on a stroke of half time, it is game over. It's 2-0 to Club Brugge, and to be fair, they've dominated the second half of this first half. Well, a disappointing way to end the half, but this is a game that's just been won too far. We've not been completely outplayed, we've created chances, but the fact the lads are unhappy at being 2-0 down when I'm saying keep going, you're doing all right, that's a bit of a miracle in itself and tells you about the mindset. We're on a record league winning run of 14 in a row. We've gone 4 months without being beaten in all competitions. This is a side that believes it's invincible, and maybe that will cause a bit of a problem today. But overall, we've got to be delighted with where we are as we win the ball high on the left with Parry. We're going to try and keep it respectable and counter now as Parry plays a 1-2 with Ray into Damien Dunn. There you go, out of nowhere. He found a little yard of space in the box. Parry flashed it across and it's 2-1. Now we believe. We're going to encourage the lads. They're happier they've scored a goal and we need to get them on the front foot. Could we yet keep the unbeaten run going? If we can nick a draw out of this one from where we were, it would be a fabulous night of European football as Hallo gets it wide to Lejeune. Might get a long episode today because these two games have both felt terrific as Cowan brings the ball down the right. I guess after the last few years, shouldn't we just be enjoying the fact we're involved in very good football matches regularly? Because that's something we've not taken as a luxury in recent years. As Bowler gets in behind, it's a lovely little dink. It's just got a bit too much on it. It's over the top, it's a goal kick, and it stays 2-1. We're still in it. As Mabude throws out from the right to Michel. Inside to DeLeo at centre-half. He'll carry the ball forward, not much pressure on him. That's the problem with one up front. And they have got a physical advantage, in fairness. Mabude gives it to Leonard. Inside to Van Giel. Mikel again, back to De Groot. Chips over the top. Mackenzie deals with it. Now can we counter with Gash to Reed. All the way back to his keeper. They're just putting us under a bit too much pressure. As Mackenzie plays out for Cowan. Into Dunn. That's a great ball. Dunn through to Whelan. He's 1-on-1. Max Whelan. Great save. This is where we need Scully and the other new lad. But we are coming back into this. We are countering them. We are threatening them. And we are starting to give them a bit of a rocky ride. Let's encourage the lads. Just give them a bit of a beefing up. But we are going to have to make the sub soon as Jude. Oh, I just wish we had those other two available today because we'd be right in this if we did. Ray chests it back. That's good goalkeeping. Oh, good defending, sorry. Neil Kane deals with it at the back to Reed. He carries it forward down the right. Not had a great game. Finds Cowan. Chips in for Damien Dunn. Gonna have to go alone here. Whelan's not up for some reason. Get in the box, Max. Dunn to the edge of the box. Keeps the ball under pressure. Lays it back to Gash. Has support. That's a bad tackle, but he gets away with it. Gash goes alone. It's a brilliant run. Oh, it's in! Jordan Gash with a brilliant run. Forces a save from the keeper from an acute angle. And Stephen Cowan, who I'll be completely honest, I was about to take off, has just made it 2-2. Oh, we are starting to look good now. Couple of changes. Reed will come off for Murphy. Jude is on a yellow and not playing that well. He'll come off for Daly. Make sure we rest Jordan Gash at the weekend. And then Max Whelan will be replaced by Simpson. Give us that focal point up front. I've got to worry about Mackenzie as well. Yeah, I'll do that one too. Luke Smith at centre-half. 4 changes made. 20 minutes to go. This second half performance has been, yes, caution to the wind, but also absolutely stunning. Who do we bring off now? Because everyone is knackered. As Ray throws into Damien Dunn. It couldn't get better, could it? We're camping them in. We're pushing high up. As Dunn brings it down, it's a heavy touch. He's just running out of steam here. Oh, Jordan Gash wins it again for Cowan. He finds Smith and Gash and Cowan. What a team of footballers we've got now. Murphy down the line to Cowan. And this is the difference. Neil Daly, Tommy Murphy as it's through to Simpson. Comeback complete. Oh no, it's been ruled out. Oh, I look silly celebrating that. But going back to the point, the players that we're bringing off the bench are just first team level. It's a different level of footballer, but we might be behind again. Oh, they've gone straight down the other end and broken our hearts. Oh, this is tough to take. I don't even know who to bring off now because there's so many tired legs. I'm going to give, I think, Damien Dunn a rest. Or maybe Cowan. Tell you what, Cowan off for Morgan Griffiths because bar the goal, he's not been great. Dunn will move over to the right. We're going to go like that for 10 minutes. Griffiths is a big game player as Ray plays a 1-2 with Parry. Another great game as Dunn gets in. Options in the middle is cleared for a throw. The pressure's still going on. We are playing some really good stuff. TNS are beating Lille. I don't know if you saw that up there. And now we've got a problem. Of course I make the 5th sub and then the injury comes. I'm going to go for it. We're 3-2 down. Let's just play without a left back. It's only a few minutes. We've got a few added on, 5 minutes in total. And this is where we're going to get caught because there is no left back to mark. They'll go for this long throw down the right and we'll be in instant trouble from it. They play a 1-2. They've got an extra man out there. But what a night's effort we've put in. What a performance it's been. Bowler on the edge with a shot that's blocked, but they've got the extra man over. We can't compete. It's in for 4-2, is it? No! What a save from Neil Kane. One of the best you will see. Sublime goalkeeping that. I'm so proud of this effort. Yes, it's going to be our first defeat in 4 months, but I have not seen a performance this good against this level of opposition for a long time. They're a 4-star reputation club. They've got half a team of good international players. And we have given them the fright of their lives. And if it wasn't for that injury there, we might well have had a chance at nicking a point. A 3-2 defeat away at Club Brugge, but a stunning performance nonetheless. If you look at the expected goals, maybe we were a little unlucky. I think we've got to tell the lads how happy we are with that. It was a really good performance in fairness. And when we can register our 2 best players that we've brought in the last couple of months for Europe, I argue we compete with them. And they're a massive football club. I'm so thrilled with the progress we're making. Linfield and Larne both held it to 1-0 defeats away from home, so they're well in the mix as well. Now we've got some big games to come. Let's have a look at the schedule for when we're going to be back. But that was one hell of a game. Well, Paul Ray is out for the next 2 or 3 weeks, so we can say goodbye to him this calendar year. We're going to judge it now by cup finals, I think. We should get a home win in our last European group game. We should get through against Airdrie with a relatively strong team. We're going to come back in January for the Larne game, which is the Antrim Shield final. We're going to come back in February for the League Cup final against Linfield. This is a chance for us to win a big haul of trophies this year. And by that point, we'll have the new stars registered. We don't even need to worry about deadline days and things like that because we're bringing in stars at all points of the year. If you're looking forward to seeing if this spell continues and you did enjoy those 2, well, thrilling performances, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know in the comments how many you think we win and what a bit of progress we're making. If you want to stay up to date with the rest of the season and see if we can finally become the dominant force in Northern Ireland, then please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back in a couple of days' time with this one after the head coach returns tomorrow as normal. While you're waiting for all of that, please do check out our new blog post up in the eye above, all about Luton Town and my trip to Wembley. There's also the football podcast for new content and the Twitch channel where we'll be live tomorrow for the Europa Conference final in the real footballing world. But thank you very much for watching. Your support's greatly appreciated. And I'll see you back here next time for more big action and a cup final with Distillery.